Hi you guys, it's Lisa. Thanks for stopping back on my channel. You guys were so excited about these little treasure tins I did last week. I will leave a link above to the video that was so popular. Thank you so much for watching. Well, we're going to turn this treasure tin into a little watercolor travel tin. So I thought that would be really fun. Here's my supplies that I have, and you'll see during the video that I do kind of a 180 and change some things up, but that's just what we do. So here I'm using some little glue dots, and I had some 3M tape, and also this paper towel goes in my little tin. And this paper towel is by Viva, and it is by far the very best paper towel for watercoloring. These are some really cool fish that used to hold soy sauce, and now they're going to be water containers. This is just a little container that I had in my stash, and it's going to be a small little holder for some water. I have a pencil that I got out of my husband's golf bag. Don't tell him, haha. And this is a kneaded eraser that's good for working on watercolor paper. And I chose 3 colors that I wanted to put in my palette. And these are half pans, I believe. Yeah, they're half pans. And I have a blue, a green, a yellow, and a red. So I'm putting the small little glue dots on the back of my half pans and putting them in the tin. Also, I have this water brush that of course does not fit in the tin, but if you take it apart, it definitely does. I thought this small brush was going to fit, but no, it's just a little too big. But just take your water brush and take it and divide it into 2. Now this is a traveler's water brush, and it would have been a smart thing for me to keep the black plug in the part of the brush so that I could keep water in it, but I didn't do that. So I suppose I probably will order another one so I have the plug so that I can put it in my tin and have extra water. So I'm putting my half pans into my tin, and I switched things out right away, and I thought they needed to go into rainbow order. So red, yellow, green, and then blue. Now you can use any colors, of course, that you want to put in your watercolor tin. These are just what I thought I would use the most to get started. This is going to be a great travel tin for, you know, maybe on an airplane or something, because the supplies are so minimal. I was going to cut that straw, and I was going to put my 3M tape around it so that we could adhere watercolor paper down so it wouldn't warp. But I used some painter's tape, and I put it around the end of the golf pencil, and you'll see it there at the top. So I'm putting that paper towel in the top, and I'm trying to figure out how I can secure it so that it doesn't fall out of the tin and go on to the paint. So I'm using this ribbon, and you'll see that this idea gets changed in the end. But you know, like I said, this is going to be your tin. You're going to create it the way you want it, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Could you imagine giving this tin as a gift to someone that liked to watercolor and they were going on a trip? Fantastic. You would be so popular. My sister loves to watercolor, so that would be maybe a really great idea for her for a birthday present. Like I said, this tin changes a little bit, but that's the great part about doing things like this. It's not set in stone, and you can change it at any time. But you can see how everything does fit in this little tin that I made, and there's plenty of room for other things. But of course, you're going to have some paper. And here is how I filled those little fish. I put water in my little tin that I was going to use for water. And then if you just squeeze the fish and suck up the water, it will fill that whole fish. And the tops of the fish, the covers, actually screw on. So isn't it absolutely a great idea? I will link these below. I did not get them out of a sushi container or anything like that. I actually got them on Amazon, so I'll link them below. I think they're very, very cute and very, very inexpensive. So, yep, I'll link everything I can below for you so you can get any of your supplies that you need. Feel free. There's no extra cost to you for using those links. It just provides me with a little tiny bit of income and lets me keep creating these wonderful videos for you and your friends. So I'm putting everything back in the box, the little treasure tin, and I really like how it turned out. I'm going to show you how I swatched the colors on some watercolor paper, because it's very important to be able to know what the color combinations you can make out of your supplies. And here is where I decided that it wasn't going to close 100% with that paper towel in there. It turns out really, really super cute. But I'll show you, like I said, in the end how I change it. Just cutting a piece of that watercolor paper so that I can do my swatching of my colors. And you can create almost every color under the rainbow with these 4 basic colors. And I'm guessing that you probably didn't really even need the green, because yellow and blue makes green, and you can go on and on and on. But I really wanted to have these 4 colors in my tin, and so that's what I chose to do. Now I'm just going to see how my little tin works. I'm going to put some water from my water fish in my little water container. Excuse me. And it is going to work great with my water brush, and I'm just going to swatch out my colors and create a few color combinations. And as I was doing this, I was thinking, well, I think that that paper towel needs to move, and we need to be able to use the top of the treasure tin for our mixing palette. Now I moved the paints to the top of the treasure tin and left some space for mixing. But one thing that you'll have to remember if you do it this way is that you're going to have to leave your tin open until your paints dry 100%, or you will probably have kind of a mess. But by doing it that way, having the paints in the top and the mixing area in the top, it's going to give you a lot more room in the bottom, of course. Here I'm mixing the red and the blue and coming up with a great purple tone. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix the yellow and the orange and make, or I'm sorry, yellow and the red, excuse me, and make a orange. And also I'm going to mix the blue and the green, I think, and I'm going to make a brown. So as you can see, it will make all the colors that you need under the rainbow. So I really, really enjoyed this project. I'm trying to make my videos a little bit faster for you so that you have lots of time to get creating in your craft room. Here was a thought that I wanted to cut a piece of this Swedish towel it's very, very absorbent, and I thought that that would be something that I could put underneath my watercolor treasure tin so that it would be able to hold a lot of water and clean up any messes that I might have. I'm filling those fish again so I can put them back into my watercolor tin. This is a super fun project. I hope you enjoyed it. And please leave comments below. You guys loved the treasure tins that I made last week. There was lots of great comments, lots of subscribers. Thank you so very, very much. And I have a really fun thing that we're going to do. I'll tell you all about it on Saturday when we do an art journal page together. And I'm hoping that you'll join me the following Saturday for a few weeks as we create a really neat garden journal, because gardening is coming up and we're going to be getting busy in the outdoors. I cannot wait. So here are all the things. Here's the paints on the top. I decided I had way too much of the kneaded eraser, so I cut that in half to give me some more room. And look at all of the fun things that we have in this little tin. I absolutely love it, and I hope you do too. Here are a few other products that I have, and I'll link below. This is a collapsible water bowl that you can have for your watercolor. This is a really, really great watercolor book, and it's very nice and small, great for traveling, and I will link that below for you also. And I wanted to show you this chart, and it's by Fran from Stampendous, and it is a great watercolor chart. If you have any doubt on what you're doing with watercolor, this shows you exactly how to mix your watercolors. It has paints there for you to start, and it just gets you exploring the watercolor world. Thanks so much, and we'll see you again on Saturday, and stay tuned for a really, really fun gardening journal project that we're going to do together. Thanks for stopping.